anticipation of potentially new evolutions coming to Generation 2, let's build an evolution deck. The first one being Flareon. Flamethrower doing 110, being able to get them free energies is going to be very important. Decent HP, decent damage, what could go wrong? And also Vaporeon. The very first one though, with Bubble Drain, healing 30 every turn with the free energies for the 60 Bubble Drain. Obviously 130 HP, so 10 higher HP than the next evolution of them. But I just think this one could do that little bit better. And the main reason for these two specifically is for Druddigon. Obviously, as we've seen in previous decks, Fire, Water and Colorless is needed for his Dragon Claw. Just in case you don't manage to get an evolution in there, you can obviously actually utilize this card for once, more so than just somebody to use his rough skin against. The final deck is going to look something like this. I will put it into the battles. I'm going to change up the battle screen anyway, but just so you can kind of see what deck we're using. We are throwing in a Farfetch'd in there as well, just as a very quick damage if you want, as there's no EXs in this deck. It's going to require getting rid of free Pokemon. It's not necessarily the hardest hitting deck in the quickest amount of time, but it should be able to get a couple of wins at least. So let's see how this first match goes then. We are doing this again. We are second first because the recording stopped. So it gives me a little bit of leeway. Okay, just Eevee. We've got the Pokeball and Professor's Research to start with. Looking for Vaporeon if we can then. Obviously going straight in. What does that Vulpix do? Flabear's defending Bowman can't attack during your next turn. Fair enough. Okay, that's an interesting one. Very risky to try for that, but it's always good as a just in case. We then have a Pokeball coming in. Like I say, the recording stopped, so to be honest, it kind of did us all right. So our turn next. Let's see, we got Druddigon in. Nice. We'll whack him on the bench just cuz, and then we'll go for Pokeball. And let's see what we can get. Another Eevee. We could kind of do with a Vaporeon straight off the bat then, because they can go straight into Ninetales, but obviously can't attack. And we're going to get Double Leaf. Fair enough. So let's start that. And just in case they want to throw something on us, we'll use the Growl just in case. It's obviously going in for the Fire. We have got the Water next, which is nice. Let's see if we can get the Vaporeon as quick as possible. We need to get the free energies and we can start powering up as much as possible. Because by the looks of it, there's no Moltres yet. The only thing I don't know is what... I don't think Blaine does anything for them. I think that's Magmar. But I cannot remember what we've got. So they're going to try the attack, which is fair enough. What does Blaine do? Blaine is... Oh, yeah. So during this attack, used by Ninetales, Rapidash, Magmar, do plus 30 damage. Okay, and we can't attack in this one. That's fair. So we're going to go with another Druddigon. I'm going to throw another one on him. And let's go for the Professor's Research. Flareon, Vaporeon. Nice. Okay. Vaporeon in. We could have attacked as well if we did have this, but unfortunately nothing there. So we will leave that there. They're obviously going to do another one. Yeah, that's probably what we could do really, unless they're going to go for the Ninetales now. Again, another one that I've not really seen too heavy amounts of, to be honest. We're looking at one Ninetales, discard a card, and it does 90 damage. Wow. 2 energies as well. So if they do go with the double Ninetales evolution here, they are only 1 away from both of them. So we do need to get... We need to be able to attack here, and we can knock it out in 1. So give me the Tails, please. Tails, 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 Tails. Ah! Okay, so that's fine. We can kind of work with that still. We will go... We'll get Vaporeon in, and we'll leave it like that for now. Yeah, we'll leave it like that, and we'll start powering up Druddigon if needed. Hopefully we get another Vaporeon. We could go for the potential of that, to be honest, but we'll see how we go. Obviously, they're going to try and get Rapidash and obviously Vaporeon and Ninetales in as well. If he's going to go for the Tail Whip again, you're risking the hope. He's had 3 heads. He's had 2 heads. Is he going to get the 3rd? Otherwise, he's done for at the very minimum. Yes, there we go. So there's one Vulpix out. And, oh, not quite. And then we go for... I think that's it. So we'll go ahead and start powering up the next Eevee for the Vaporeon. We'll get the 60 damage done here. What does Rapidash do? That's the big question. Rapidash is got two different versions, which I imagine they're going to go for Rise and Lunge. Flip a coin of the heads, it does an extra 60 damage. Interesting. So he could do 40 on the base and then a potential extra 60 if they do get the heads. And that is the exact Rapidash would choose. 100 HP on both. You got Fire Main on the other one. And we got a double energy there. So we're going to go here for double. So realistically, I need Vaporeon in the next turn, or I can hold out for the Druddigon and that can kind of take some damage at least. But we could do with a Tails here. Damn, 100 done. Is what it is. We've got Giovanni for the Rapidash at the very, very minimum. Another Vaporeon, Pokeball Basic. Not quite what we wanted, but we can still make it move. I can. Ooh, Leak Slap might not be bad. We'll keep with the Vaporeon potential. We'll go ahead and so we do 70, 80. What we'll do? We can't use Giovanni. I will go with Giovanni, and we'll just let him take one Vaporeon. But we'll do the most damage possible to Rapidash. It's got to be the 90, leaving it 10 away. It's a shame that I couldn't use Sabrina. That's going to give me the 60 as well. Was that enough? No, it's not enough. I was going to say, unless they don't switch. If he switches and goes for Ninetales, he takes it out in one. If he doesn't get the heads with this, we're actually golden, to be fair. I forgot about the heal on Vaporeon. But he's going to retreat. Of course he is. Makes sense. So it means he gets the guaranteed damage on Ninetales. I need Vaporeon next, and that would actually be a really good shout, because then we could go straight in with the Vaporeon again and knock out Ninetales pretty much. Ooh, how is he doing this? So he's still got, I was going to say, he's still got Blaine. He really didn't need to put that now. I'd have possibly done that with obviously Druddigon instead. Got Rapidash back in. If you got the heads, or yeah, if you get the heads with that, you could, or in fact, you could have even done that with Druddigon, because he gives the 90 anyway. That would have been a much better one in my opinion. We've got Misty, so what we can start doing is, if we Misty... Oh, we can't Misty any of them, of course we can't. So if we go for... Let's go blue, just to kind of give ourselves an extra turn. We will then throw in that... And I think that's all we can do for now. I might even put a Farfetch'd in, just in case. So I'm thinking, if we ever get to the point where we need the 40, we've pretty much got all the basics in anyway. We just are now waiting for the Vaporeon. We've got a Vaporeon and Flareon left in terms of it. And we've got 3 cards left, so it should be relatively soon. Eevee's ready to go. We'll start to get Druddigon up. Obviously, Misty can be put onto Vaporeon if needed. So we should be okay. He'll obviously have another Blaine as well, which will be always a nice one. We've got the 90 coming from this. Hopefully he doesn't have another Blaine straight away. If not, we've got another Druddigon we could go for. And he's not bothering with that. That's absolutely fine. So we can throw that in. We can then... We can put that. Use Leaf. Swap them 2 out. And attack with Vaporeon. It's going to do the 80. So he's in the bother now. We can start powering up Druddigon as the back-in, because we obviously don't want to use Flareon really in this scenario. And he's going to try and potentially swap out. He's going to do the Rapidash. Pokeball in hand. Fair enough. I was going to say, it's surely got nothing left at this point. He's got, how many cards left? 2 cards left, same as me. So I've got a Flareon and something else coming that I don't know what it is, to be honest, at this rate. I think we've used, it might even be a Pokeball, to be honest. So he's going to go Flamethrower. That's going to be the 90 straight out. We will then, we got the other Flareon, obviously. We'll then throw that on the Druddigon. We shall then... Trying to think of the best way to do this. Because Farfetch'd... Oh no, Farfetch'd is not going to be enough for either of them. Because if we go... So we've got 10 on the Ninetales. We've got 50 on the Rapidash. We could take out the Ninetales. Then we... Yeah, so if we take out the Ninetales, we're then... hopefully a tails away from winning, or at least being able to win on the next turn, unless they go for a Sabrina. But even then, we can then go ahead and whack Drudagon in. He will obviously do the 90, swap him out for Farfetch'd, or keep him in, and then slap the final one. Unless they get the heads on Drudagon. That's the only thing. I need a tails here at the minimum. Otherwise, we can figure it out. If not, we can Sabrina if he gets the tails. I suppose that's another way to look at it. That would work. Yeah, so I think we're golden in every scenario. If he gets a tails, it's like a guaranteed at least. Beautiful. Because if he got the heads, it'd have took the Vaporeon. Drudagon would have gone in. We've still got then one extra. He's obviously only got 1 point. We could Sabrina into the next one, and then we're golden. So in this scenario, we put Drudagon on here. We then throw the Sabrina out. He swaps. We hit 80. We win. Thank you very much. If I'm not mistaken, he might concede. Can we hit him before he concedes? Beautiful win. Going second again. What's funny is that first battle, obviously, we got the win with an evolution. The last, I think I did 6 matches in the previous one. We won 3, lost 3. But Drudagon did most of the work in every single one of them. I just couldn't get to a point where the EEVEELUTIONS was doing anything. So we've got a potential Alakazam. Switch this Pokemon with your bench. Interesting. What does Alakazam even do? He's another one that just doesn't get played enough. We've got Psychic. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, very interesting. What does Kadabra do then? Because obviously that's going to be the next stage. It's got Super Psybolt. 3 energy, 60 to go. He's got a Coffin as well. Okay, so we got Pokeball first. Give me Farfetch'd. Oh, Eevee. Nice. Okay. Dark is the weakness, so we're okay with that. And then go Professor's Research. Professor's Research and a Farfetch'd as well. What should we go with? Should we go? You know what? I think we're gonna start with Drudagon because we should get there before everything. We've got the Flareon there. We could do with the Vaporeon because we've got the Misty. It's the only really good part with having the Vaporeon is Misty is very unique. It may not give you energy every time, but it's always nice as like a 2-hit. It's going to go straight into the Coffin. I can imagine he's going to change into that Weezing pretty quickly. It's always interesting. We're going to hit the Flareon. So we're going to go ahead and... you know what? We'll Sabrina him. Just to throw a little bit of a spanner in the works, to be honest. I'm interested because he's obviously trying to get to the Weezing. He can obviously utilize the energy, but the least amount of energy on Alakazam in the end, the better. And we'll keep it like that for now. He could Sabrina us as well, but I'm pretty sure Weezing, it's obviously the poison. And I want to say he does a 30 damage? Yeah, 30 damage if he's utilising the first Weezing. Smoke Screen's obviously on the second one, but that's 2 energies. So we did swap him out with there. And he's using the first Weezing. And then he's got Kadabra as well. Okay. So he's going to give us the Gas Leak. And he'll do a 30. Kadabra's got the energy needed. So he could bring him back as well. Did he not attack? Did he just use the... Oh, he can't... Oh. Did he not? Oh, he doesn't want the rough skin, of course. So we're going to utilise that. We're then going to throw that on. And then we'll throw the Misty on rather than the Professor's Research. And that's the problem. A lot of the time it's going to be 0, but it's always worth the chance. We're going to go with a 90, which basically means he's got to bring him back out. And then we'll start bringing Vaporeon in and see what the Professor's Research has for us. We could do with a Leaf to be able to bring Drudagon out without actually giving any of them energies back. It's got the Alakazam in there. It's a hefty one. Oh yeah, I suppose we don't want too much energy on. That's going to be the problem. So if he does, what does it do? 30 per one, so it'd do 9. So it'd take out pretty much most in one. That's going to be the issue. We could have done with Sabrina. Oh well, I mean, it'd have put Coffin in instead. So kind of need... He's going to have the Gas Leak anyway. That's fine. If he tackles, he's... As I say, if he tackles, he's done himself over. So let's see what Professor's Research does. Give us a... Oh no, I need a Misty for next turn maybe. Another Vaporeon. Do we take him out? You know what? Yeah, we'll do that because then he's going to bring in Alakazam anyway. Do we? Do we not? Because if he does... If that does 60, if we have 3 energies on... Yeah, I mean, we will do that. We'll do... we'll do that and that because we've got a fire energy coming anyway. Into that. We'll then swap him out. He's recovered from the poison. We'll get rid of the wheezing. And we're only 1 energy with the Alakazam. He's still got to get another 2 energies anyway. But it potentially gives me some breathing room to get another Misty in. It's going to go for the other one here. So that's fine because we can trade blows with a 20. It's going to get that second one. This is where Sabrina could have been quite interesting to have. He's obviously going to do the gas leak and the attack. Given 40... It's just when he gets Alakazam in, that's going to be the issue. He still didn't attack. What is it? Oh, did he not have the energy? Okay, so we go swap there. We then power the Druddigon up again because we've still got the chance of a Misty. And we'll do... What does that do? Well, so would he bring him in straight away? I mean, he's got to have the energy. We'll try it. We'll trial the blue. Giovanni's going to be good for Druddigon to use just to whack out as much as possible. We're going to get the 40 on him, which is fine. We could do with Vaporeon being very close to being done, and little to no damage being done here would be perfect. We've obviously got the blue on as well. Will he bring... Well, he can't bring him in if he's going to put the energy on him there. He's going to put the gas leak on. It's fair enough. And obviously he can't attack with no energy on him. Our turn again. So... What is the best play? We could... Giovanni... It's not going to give us enough. I'm thinking... If we throw... I need the second Druddigon. That's what I need. Because then we could get Vaporeon, get the Misty. How many cards? We've got 4. So if we swap out here, that will keep him there. Take out this Weezing so he doesn't be able to gas leak any of us anyway. Obviously, Alakazam's going to come in to take Druddigon. I could do with another Druddigon at that point, but it's kind of what we have to do. What I'll do is I'll bring Vaporeon in because we haven't used any energy on it yet. We'll let it do the 60 twice whilst we build up the second one. Oh, now it really could have been good for the Sabrina. That's going to do the 150, yeah, because of the thing. But we're going to get the rough skin. So we bring Vaporeon in. Give me Druddigon. Excellent. Right, so what we're doing, we'll give ourselves a little bit of time. Let's go with a leaf. Bring this one back out. Bring this one back in. And then we'll start powering up this one. Just because if he's going to attack, he's going to attack with nothing. He could potentially call the bluff and Sabrina, more than capable of doing that. Or he then brings in Kadabra instead to do that damage. So he's going to go with the Sabrina. So we'll do that. If we got another leaf, we've not used a second leaf, so that could keep us still in shooting distance. He'd have obviously utilised one Sabrina, I think. We've got another leaf, so let's utilise that again. It's a very hard one because Alakazam, with that ability, is just crazy. Has he used 2 Sabrinas or 1? He's only used 1. Whether he's got another is the question. Still not enough to take out that Vaporeon, so that's kind of okay at the minimum. We just need him to attack Druddigon. He doesn't want to do that, which is fair enough. I wouldn't want to either. He's got the damage. He's going to heal it. More than likely attacks it now. So he's obviously healed some damage. He's got a second one ready. Kind of well, I mean, he could swap him back out, which is just not a lot we can do about that. The problem is we are in a scenario where nothing helps at this point. So if it does 60, 20, I think we are fighting potentially a losing battle. It'd have to be there. I don't think it could be done, because every way that he goes, even if he hits Drudigon next, it does 20, takes him down to 90. We've then still got a 60, 70, and he's going to hit it and go 150. This is the problem with the Evolution decks. It's why I kind of wanted to try and build it now to try something out, because it will be interesting in the future when we start to get Umbreon, Espeon, Glaceon, because there could be decent abilities in there. Going against Mankey to start with, that obviously can do some pretty big damage straight away. So we want to try and kind of get away from that. We've got Drudigon in now. What have we got? We got Psychic is the better. 2 Primeapes. Throw in a Professor's Research as well. Blue and Eevee as well. Okay. We kind of could do with like an X speed really at this point. Let's end it there and see what they can do. Obviously, what is the attack on this one? Is it the 50? Oh, okay. Also does 10 damage to itself. Does the 30, adds an extra 20, so it does a 50 damage straight off the bat. Okay, that's not going to be great. That's going to be pretty self-inflicting. If he goes Giovanni, he's taking out 1 Eevee straight away. I think he's just used... What did he just use? Oh, he's used Professor Research, so that's fine. He's got to go for the attack, surely. It means that I've basically got to sacrifice a turn putting Drudigon in. Unless I just start powering up Drudigon from here. I think that's going to be the best shout at this point. So if we let it go, so we could go with a Misty on there. So we could do that. Misty. And use the Professor's Research next turn. It's still not going to give me a heads. Give me some luck here. And what we could do, we could throw in the Flareon there, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose that's probably going to be a good shout. It gives us a little bit of HP, I suppose. Then we could start powering up. We've got a fire and a water. That's going to be pretty good for Drudigon. I'm just trying to think of kind of the ways to go against a fighting deck. It can be quite quick with bringing stuff up. Got fighting against that, and it's got the Primeape, so obviously doing the damage to itself. I'm glad that I didn't start powering up Flareon there. Oh, that's great. I suppose it does its 10 to itself. Ready. What does it do? This does 60 more damage. So it does a... so it's gonna have to be Vaporeon. Give us a Misty. Beautiful. Give me 3 heads. Or even 2. Just give me 2. I mean, sometimes you just ask, what's the point? So it's going to have to be a Drudigon play here, because it's literally no chance of anything at this point. Wow. And that's sometimes the issue, having the free energies. You kind of need the 2, and I just don't think... Well, I'm pretty sure Flareon only has 1. Yeah, Flareon only has 1 type, and then... Oh, it's swapping in. Okay, that is not stupid. Whereas the Vaporeon's got 2 different ones, but they're still 3 energies each. The only other way that you could possibly do this deck is if you put Jolteon in. It's not the greatest, because obviously you've got to then have electric, fire, water, or electric, fire. And the reason why fire, water works is because of Drudigon. If you throw in Jolteon and say got rid of Flareon, I suppose... You get the 2 energy, which is nice for the pin missile, but it's still a questionable one, because Drudigon's the one. You kind of want him to be able to attack as well. We are going to be looking for a Flareon deck if we can in this one. Let's try and throw him there. We did have somebody in the last recording as well. They just tried to use 1 Celebi. I'm assuming they were trying to beat... do 1 Pokemon beats an entire team. This guy, unfortunately, is not the same as that one. So we can kind of get that one out. We should be... Oh, okay. Maybe not. It depends on if he gets Cyperia first. Or... Yeah, it is Cyperia. We've got another Drudigon on the back. Okay. Throw him in. Then we'll go Flareon. And we'll start powering out. Let's Sabrina just to stop them for a turn. Obviously, they're going to go for the other Celebi, surely. Makes sense. And he can bring it out if, obviously, he has got a change. But just to give us that one extra turn, it's not going to help for the second turn. But, I mean, we've just got to get to 3. And then we discard 1 every time. It's the only problem with Flareon as well. And a lot of the fire types have this with discarding a card. Once you get into that pattern, you then can't build up anything else. Like with Vaporeon, you get 3. I can start doing the Druddigon. With Flareon, it does massive, massive damage. But every single time, it's got to then keep going. He's already got 2. Of course he does. The starting second would have been better here. Maybe should have put Druddigon in and then swapped in Flareon after this. Pray that he gets no heads. Watch him get a double heads on this one. Lovely. Oh, nearly. Nearly perfect. Just means that we've got to get... he only needs 1 next turn. It's a bit risky. It's a bit risky. But it's got to pay off. I mean, do we count our losses and go with Druddigon here? He's got 1 more turn. He'll have 3. We just need 1 out of the 3, and then we can have at least another turn. I mean, we'll throw it anyway because I reckon we should have dropped Eevee back in for Druddigon. Let them do their first one with Celebi, and then attacked with Flareon after they've taken out a Druddigon. That would have been the better move. He might have not bothered with that and waited for me to go first, but I could have took out a Celebi in 1 with Flareon because obviously the 20 damage extra if they don't have a blue. So just 1 heads out of 3. And I can at least attack. 1. I mean, I hate RNG. We'll start with the Druddigon first. Let's try that again, but try it the proper way this time. Give us another Celebi deck. Let's now see who can do the RNG. But to be fair, he'll have a Sabrina to swap us out straight away. Guarantee it. Feel like, I don't know, I got a sense that we've not seen a Mewtwo deck for quite a while. I'm going first as well. I mean, I'm on the back step. Ooh, okay. So we're looking at Vaporeon more than Flareon. We've got the Misty already. So we're going to end it there. We've got nothing else to do at this point. I do love the Eevee mat as well. That'll be very interesting. I cannot wait to see an Umbreon. Hopefully there's some really good abilities. And to be honest, with Umbreon, that could really kind of sway the meta with obviously being dark. And hopefully we do get a lot more decks like this where you are utilizing multicolored decks. It's not just fire or grass or electric or psychic. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with this type of deck to be able to bring it in. Of course, we're just going to get multiple of these. We are going to go... Starmie can do the 90. Giovanni can do the double. I'm going to start powering this, getting ready for a Vaporeon, hopefully. I mean, it's not the greatest tactic. Having the second Druddigon would be more beneficial, personally. Ooh, okay. That's always interesting. Got a Dragonite in there with it. It's obviously going to go for the 90 straight away here. Of course, they've got a Sabrina there. Why wouldn't they? I knew I should have just went for the Druddigon. I'm having no... Like, sometimes with this hand, I've had 2 bouts of it. I did 5 just before I did the first recording, and then I did 6 the time after. And I got half and half both times. Every single time that I seem to be recording, it's always a struggle, it seems. Like, we've got literally nothing left at this point. Like, don't get me wrong, going with these new decks, getting a win feels twice as better than getting it with a Pikachu or Mewtwo. And I think that's kind of the whole point. Oh, start with a Farfetch'd instead. Because obviously, I could run with Mewtwo, and more than likely you can get 12, 15, 16 wins in a row quite comfortably a lot of the time. But it's boring. Like, unless it's for an event and you need to get them wins, as soon as you finish that, what is the point? It is kind of just far gone, in my opinion, there. We kind of need something straight away here, then. Druddigon would be the helping hand here, really. We could do with a Flareon, obviously. We've got the Professor's Research. We can attack 40 straight away, which is nice. We're on the second turn, which is always good. We've got an Executor maybe coming in as well. Okay, so we've got the Flareon. Give me the Eevee or Druddigon, preferably Druddigon. Take it. So that's fine. Druddigon. Throw it. Professor's Research. Give me an Eevee. Beautiful. And a lovely 2. Nice. Okay, so what we shall do is whack that in for 1. We'll then throw a Leak Slap on the first one, just because we're going to get the 40 out of it. Might as well get as much HP gone from a quick one. And then we've got the Flareon on the bench. Throw Drudagon in next. Obviously, Executor could come in, is a very hard hitter straight off the bat. We'll be able to get a second Leak Slap in, which is nice. Ooh. Oh, it's a shame that we can't do Giovanni and Sabrina to get them both in, but we will throw the Flareon on. We'll then start powering up Flareon. We shall then do... Yes, we'll do another Leak Slap. I'm thinking there's nothing else I want to use there, because if he does only manage to get the 1, which is likely, it's very hard to... I mean, we played it nicely with the Farfetch'd, to be honest. To be fair, if he did only get 1, we was going to Giovanni, Farfetch'd, and knock out the Celebi then. So it would have been a play that did really well. But it's annoying because why concede there? Like, there's still a chance that you could do it. If I knock out, if he knocks out the Farfetch'd in that first one with the double, even if he doesn't, he loses a Celebi, gets into Executor, knocks out Farfetch, he's still then got pretty good chance. But... obviously, he's gone for it. We've got Farfetch starting again. Maybe that's the problem. Don't use the Evolutions. Use Farfetch. Now, obviously, we need Vaporeon. We've got double Misty. It's going to be an interesting one. We can start doing damage straight away, which is nice being the second turn. He'll have Blaines with Ninetales, and we know that's a great one to have. We could do with an Eevee off this, a Vaporeon coming in straight away. That would be the most ideal scenario. Got Larvesta as well. Okay. It's a leaf, so it's not quite what we need. Drudagon or Eevee. It's the only 2 we can get. Going to get an Eevee, which is good. I mean, he's going to go for the dance anyway first, so we've got a bit of wiggle room to start with. We can start Leak Slapping. It's probably the best thing that Farfetch'd has. It pushes him for time, so he knows he's only got 3 more turns that he could obviously go for the Inferno Dance before he needs to change. Obviously, he could do himself a heal, which is more than fine, but it's wasting it on an early Pokemon. Just pushes him to be able to do something and hopefully gives us a little bit of time to start attacking. So it's probably the most ideal scenario because it's the quickest attacker that you can go with. It's going to get double on there, so obviously he's going to bring both of them in. Vaporeon, no, draw 2 cards. That's fine. Drudagon and Vaporeon. Flareon, Vaporeon, nice. Swap him in. Put that on. And we'll do the Misty next. Meaning if he does take out the Farfetch, we could obviously go straight with that. What we could do is get Drudagon in. If he's not going to go with a Charizard, surely at this point. He'll have to kind of move something along as Moltres is nearly gone. He is in the point where if we get a Misty, we swap out. We could take it out with Vaporeon. So we could potentially see him, unless he's going to use Moltres as almost a sacrifice, which could do. Yeah, he's going to bring him out. There's no way to put double energy on it. No, he's not. I mean, his Moltres is gone next round. Whether we want to... we need a Drudagon next, just as a base to back up Farfetch'd a little bit, really. It's got the double energy on both, I can imagine. So we've got that. So we just need 1 heads. 1 heads will do us. Oh, okay. That lives another day. So we need that. I'm just going to have to Leak Slap again. There's not a lot else we can do here. So that's going to be within distance. He kind of needs to get rid of it. More than likely, he'll Heat Blast. And then he'll go with a Ninetales. And what does Ninetales have as a HP? I don't even know what Larvesta's evolution would be. So Ninetales has, I think it's was it 100? 90. So we can do that we can do that with a Giovanni. It's going to go for that instead. Yeah, there's that. So he's going to obviously take out... oh, here we go. We've got Volcarona here. Discard 2 energies. Pokemon attack does 80 damage to one of opponent's Pokemon. And he's got another Moltres. Could do with a Drudagon as a backup here. He's obviously going to take Farfetch'd out, which is fine. If we could get a Giovanni next, that would still do us. Preferably. It just leaves us without having a 90 on us. I mean, we'll take a Drudagon. It kind of works. We'll throw a Misty just to see if we can get it. There we go. I say, watch me get loads. I got this the other time. I got 7, and I'm like, I don't need 7. Start powering up Drudagon, just ready for the aftermath. We can obviously do 80 here. He'll do a 90. Because then what does this do? This does 80 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So we can bring that in and do the bench without getting the rough skin. So Drudagon's got to be in. I'm assuming he's going to go for Vaporeon here. Not going to go with the change. That gives us 90. We can heal a little bit of damage at least. Oh, okay, now we get the Giovanni, of course. We can throw that there. Throw that there. That takes that out. It's a shame we don't have a Sabrina. How many cards have we got left? 7. That's quite a lot. We've still got another Eevee, another Vaporeon that's in the package, another Drudagon as well. So it's not looking likely. Volcarona's surely going to come in here. He's got to surely take out Vaporeon first. And I think then he'd have to retreat. Is it discard 1? It discard 2 energy. It's when he brings the Moltres back in, that's going to be the hard bit here. We could have done with a second Vaporeon. That would have pretty much done it for us. Because it's going to go that, and then that's going to do the damage there. And we get then Drudagon in. That can do the 90 straight away. More than likely takes out and puts the Moltres in instead. And then could bring back. So we won't put anything on the bench just yet. We'll throw that on him. We'll then throw the Giovanni just so we know we've got as much damage off as possible. Oh no, it really doesn't matter. 90 and 90 is 180. Unless he's going for some massive potion here. We will do that because we don't want the Sabrina on us. We'll kind of keep it there. He does obviously 20 less. So he's going to have to bring in the Moltres that can only do Inferno Dance. Then we obviously attack again against the Moltres. Oh, hold on. Has he not retreated? He's surely got something retreating. Because he's put the energy on Moltres. He's got to have an X speed, surely. Or a Leaf. Unless he's accidentally put that energy on there. I've done that before. So, I mean, there's no shame in that. I think he has. Unless he's got it and it's just lagging a little bit. He's put that on there. He needed to put it on Volcarona to swap it. He did. He messed up. We could switch it out for him, but we're not going to do that. So we're just going to... Hold on, how many... Oh, we're only on 1 point, of course. That's why. Which is fine. So we will keep it like that. Get rid of Volcarona. Oh, no, he's... Oh, no, we can do this. We've got the Sabrina. We couldn't have done that before. I thought we was on 2 points, to be honest. I forgot we didn't take out that Moltres. So this Moltres is going to do 70. We'll then Sabrina, and we can take out one of the other two. Unless he had another Moltres, which he can't because you've got to have 2. Luckily, we did get that Sabrina in the end. Because otherwise, we'd have done 90. We'd then be against it because he's got another turn to do another 70. We got very, very lucky in that. So he's now praying we don't have a Sabrina. We're lucky because we didn't put a Sabrina in. We didn't put another Pokemon on the bench. He gets the 140, which would have been very close in damage. So pretty much he'd have been just waiting for this next one. So we can Sabrina and we can 90. He needed a blue realistically for this. And then if he got a blue and put Ninetales in, it would have been fine. Because he didn't, we're doing it all right. So more than likely he's going to concede. And there you go. It can work out with these Pokemon.